All right, it's that Love Clark. Why is it that everybody, uh, everybody it seems like wants to be, in one way or another, claiming to be Israel, okay, in one fashion or another. Whether it's the Christian identity and them claiming British Israelitism, or tracing their ancestry back to the lost tribes into Europe and all that stuff, okay? Or you got your, Muslims, claiming the land and that it's supposed to be their inheritance over there too, okay? We're kind of talking about the land now over there, specifically kind of the land and the family, okay? That's supposed to inherit it, okay? Now, that land, now, obviously you got the Jews over there claiming it's all theirs, and that's only one tribe. That's only one tribe of people under the banner of Judah, false Judah most likely, but Judah nonetheless in name, okay, by the world is Judah, okay? These Jews, the problem with these Jews is most of them, if you can trace them back, they're not Shem, they're Japheth. These are all the, they're from up in the mountains, Caucasus Mountains, okay? They are white people, okay? Not to be confused with the other white people that pass through, but they are not Shem. These are Japheth, okay? These are the Khazars, okay? If you go study Khazarian history, okay? Now, not to be confused with the Kenites and all that stuff. It's kind of the same group. Don't worry. You'll figure it out if you don't know what I'm talking about. You'll get it, okay? Just go back, listen to one of my videos, or listen to somebody. I don't want to tell you to listen to anybody, okay? I don't want to suggest it. Even me, don't always pay attention. Could be wrong. I always could be right. Actually, that didn't make no sense, did it? See, right there, I'm wrong. Okay, so you got these Jews over there that most of them, they're not the Asiatic, what they call the Asiatics. They're the Khazars. So, self-admittedly, you trace their history back, they chose Judaism as their form of religion. They checked out Christianity, and they checked out Islam, and they checked out Judaism, and they thought Judaism was the best one that they could stay neutral in. So they chose that, okay? That's the Khazar. That's the people that you see, most of them are claiming to be Jews today, are those Khazar. Now, the people that claim to be the ones that really... See, that's the kicker. All those people over there you think that are them mostly are Khazar. They're not even. So, that shuts them out. Anyway, I don't even know why you guys listen to those idiots. Why you listen to any of those fools? Okay, nobody should. Because they're not Israel. Anyone listening to them has anything to do with the land and inheritance over there? And you're listening to these people that are Khazar? Don't. Because they're not. They're not. Okay? They are not. So, why is the majority of them over there in the land today claiming to be, claiming to be this, and they're not? Don't let that be the premise for your understanding of these people, okay? So, when you see all those white-looking Jews, they're not Shem. They're Japheth. And they're Khazarian. They're not really Israel, okay? So there's the big problem I have with those people. And then the Asiatics, unfortunately, they are Mongolized, okay? So they're but they're all, then you got your black Hebrew Israelites. They're all claiming, they don't want to be all claiming to be the lost tribes, okay? The Muslims, okay, they all want to be that piece of inheritance. Now, I'm not saying they're lame. None of them are claiming to be the lost tribes. I'm not saying that. But they are claiming that they're the ones that should rightfully inherit the land there, okay? That's not so either, okay? I know I don't care if I piss off a Muslim or not. Just like I don't give a shit if I piss off a Christian or a Jew. I don't care if I piss you off. You know why? Get your mind moving, man. You know, if you get motivated motivated to change by your anger, then maybe that's a good thing sometimes, you know? Depends on how you reinvest your anger, okay? Now, and I'm preaching to the choir, okay? So it doesn't matter. Take it with a grain of salt. Then you've got the people that want to claim the land. You've got one group, the Muslims, the only one that's not actually saying or trying to claim to be the people. They're the only group out of all of them that are not claiming or trying to claim to be the tribes of Israel, okay? They still claiming that they want that prize, see? This is like a contest, you know, like a find your, you know, like if you found your, it's like a DNA contest, or like, almost like what happened to Anastasia, okay? The story with Anastasia, whether any of that was, if there was really an Anastasia, there was really an Anastasia, but what I mean, it was, if the person that claimed to be Anastasia after all that happened, trying to reclaim some kind of inheritance. Okay? It's kind of like that. You know, if someone can prove without a doubt that they're the people, then they get that land. They get all that, and they get to inherit all the prominence and all the prestige and all that good things that come with that, being the people of the land. Okay? And that inherit this land, okay? So, you've got them, so you've got, and then you're going to have these wacko Christians saying, we're spiritual Jews, we're spiritual Israel, we're going to claim the land, you know? And they don't realize, a lot of them, you know, they're just universalist. So you've got one group, Muslims, they're not claiming to be, they're claiming the land, and they're claiming it's their inheritance, but not claiming that they're the tribes. So that's one. They're out, because they're not even trying to pretend to be the people. Okay? Now, so you've got the black, and then you've got the black Muslim, you know, which kind of goes hand in hand with the black Hebrew Israelites, okay? With Farrakhan, because a lot of those, if you ever watch Black Hebrew, like if you ever watch anything about that or study in the Black Hebrew Israelite movement, you'll know that these guys always point you back to Farrakhan. And now Pharaoh Khan is fake and phony in his own right, okay? Because Pharaoh Khan, just like David Duke, just like all these big leaders, they're all sold out, every one of them, because they cooperate without fighting. They like to make money off of being the leaders, okay? They make money off of cooperation rather than real fighting, because I guarantee you, if David Duke started shouting orders of real fighting, physical, destructive fighting, and Farrakhan started shouting orders of Farrakhan started shouting the same orders, you would see a race war, a real one, okay? They're not doing that. They're writing books, bouncing them off information from each other, and making money off of all the dummy sheeps and the dummy goats and the dummy pigs out here that are all mixed up in all this racial Babylon bullshit that everyone follows around. So, I guess I started ranting. I gotta calm down. It was supposed to be a peaceful discussion, but it was just one that just keeps gnawing at me, okay? You've got all these groups standing in line like claiming it's their prize, you know? They all want to claim the prize. Well, it's also confused and watered down and mushed up and Babylonianed out. No wonder the numbers that God says He'll recall out were so small of the saved from Israel that will be called out, okay? From the tribes in the book of Revelation, when they number how many's going to be there, okay? God gives specific numbers. Don't, take my word for it, but I believe God gives specific numbers, okay? What that has to do with it, I don't know. At this point, I just wanted to share the other message right now, because I'm not going to I start to try to explain everything I say, and it gets kind of tiresome, because there's so much there that everyone should be really trying to look into it on their own, too, I guess I feel like I have to explain everything because it's not coming from the traditional, point of view anymore. And I'm challenging all the points of tradition. Don't get me wrong, there's the side of me that's the old side of, 100% all American, true blue and all that stuff, patriotic and everything. That's an old dead self, though. When you start to realize this stuff they're pulling on everybody, it's a house of cards, man. But here's the thing. Nobody wants to be the linchpin. None of these groups want to be the linchpin that say, you know what, we're not going to follow along and pretend to be Israel or go along with this program or that, or be wanting to stand in line for this prize, waiting around for someone to finally reveal who the Father is, or whatever, right? So nobody wants to be the linchpin and be the one to let all this fall and explode out and destroy from the in out. Nobody wants to be the linchpin. Sometimes when you want to create, when you want to develop, when you want to make old things that were old new again, you have to deconstruct, destroy things to build them back. Okay? Now, people are going, what? Are you talking about destroying Israel? No, I'm not. I'm just talking about, I'm not at all. That's not where I was going, but I just started thinking, like I've said before, this is my personal diary type journal stuff. That when I move to think, I want to put it down, and I'm sharing it with people. Okay, so yeah, that's if I deviate from the thought process, it's me thinking out loud. So it's my, it's my right. So I'm not here to educate you. Okay, I'm here to share my own opinion so people can evaluate for themselves and get a little bit of courage up to evaluate themselves and really evaluate their belief system and really look deep inside themselves and the scriptures that they believe in, they say they believe in, to find the truth behind this stuff. Because you can only have one family of Israel. Okay? You can't have 5 different families, 5 different groups, 6 groups, 7 groups, and subgroups all in between with the Christians. You can't have all that in the Muslims. They got subgroups too. You've got your Sunni and Shiite, but that doesn't make a Shiite a difference. Alright? It really doesn't much. And not much difference. In you know, I think one group, I'm not specifically going to name either Shiite or Sunni, just one group I believe is following like a bloodline of Muhammad, you know, type deal, and they believe that's who should run it, and then the other ones are they think that just regular anyone should be involved in the role. It's almost like Catholic. I don't want to say Catholic and Protestant. It's more like Anglican and Catholic or something weird like that. Anyway, people didn't know Muslims white Muslim. Their prophet, okay, Muhammad, his wife was a Catholic nun, okay, in the order, Catholic order. He got all the people that were around him, most of the people that had any idea of the scriptures or anything like that, he got his influence from Catholic dogma, you guys. So that's why actually Catholicism created Islam. They control it to this day. See, there's that eye at the top, and it got all these strings and strings that go out, and they go to what seems to be a lower level, where, you know, it's the eye on top, and then the strings go out to Islam and all the different branches of religion, and then it goes through all the different branches of your military and education and your economies and all that stuff in it, and it really is. It is an eye over it. So it's just one over all of them. It's hard to for people to just start accepting that and walking away from this baloney that you've been taught, this bull, and it is bull shit, Baal shit. Okay. You'll start to notice the bullhorns on everything. Once you start to recognize symbols and signs, cultic symbols, you need to really pay attention to these symbols, because they will not like you have to, but I mean, it's like if you're in a foreign country and you want to visit that land, right? You'll be lost if you don't know how to read the damn signs where you're going. Okay, you wouldn't you'd get a better understanding if you could read the signs, regardless if you believed in what the signs said or not, or how they believed how they're represented or written or appreciated. Okay, the point is, do as the Romans do. The devil's in the details is what they say. The devil's in the details. Everybody's looking at the details where the devil is. All you want to do is throw the details. You forgot about God in between the lines. You know, when you're reading in between the lines so much, the devil's in the details. All you're finding is the devil. Where's God at, you guys? You got to remember that. Where's God at in all this? You guys are just trying to find the devil in the details all the time. Where's God at?